A long time ago in a fantasy land far lost to time, a band of aspiring young travelers, the Fishman, the Goblin, Toadface, and Hairy Fat Man, worship at the altar of their prized 3D printers.
My friends, I have gathered us here today as there is a most important task that requires our utmost attention.
Is 3D printers okay, Fatman? Is he ill?
No, nothing quite like that. Princess and her sacred goo are quite safe. As you know, without Princess, our lineage could not continue. And it is this process, this sacred process, the rising from goo that is troubled, my friend. Quality birthing scrolls are becoming far too few, and too many are being born sickly, with horrible deformities, unable to join us in life. Our Lord's creations are thus discarded.
When the boy was born, like old Spartans, he was inspected. If he'd been small or puny, or sickly or misshapen, he would have been discarded.
But what do we not know about it?
Shut the fuck up. We must consult the Oracle. This is our first task. Our Reverend Mother, put us on the path to our salvation!
Alright, hello friends, and welcome back to Once in a Six Side. We are going to be doing another Patreon review today, and let's find out who that's going to be for. Alright, so I have rolled page 4 and result 4. So I've got Patreon up on my phone here. I've searched for tabletop miniatures. Let's go to page 4. And then result number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Printed Encounter. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are at Printed Encounter's Patreon page. Ooh, it's only $1. Let's check this out. Minimum pledge is US $1, but if you want to give more to support my efforts, you can. Benefits: immediate access to a Google Drive with pre-supported versions of all the free models I release. Interesting, okay. So is this guy releasing all of his models for free, and then the value of the Patreon is that if you want them pre-supported, you join the Patreon? If so, that's pretty cool, I gotta say right off the bat. Like, if that's what this is, that is commendable. You can find my work on Gumroad, My Mini Factory, Printables, and Thingiverse. Let's see what else we got. Files will also be synced to your My Mini Factory library at the end of each month. Yes, I fucking love that. Like, yes, everyone should do this whether it's My Mini Factory or comics games and things. There's probably a couple of others that I don't even know about, but just some sort of service that ties in with your Patreon subscription so you can just access those files year round. Yeah, I love that. And it looks like he offers the rights to buy like a merchant license too, so that's cool. Let's have a look here. There's a goblin. There's a YouTube channel as well. Nice. Let's check that out. Oh, this is really cool. So he's released a like fully posable Blender. Is this Blender? Yeah, a fully posable Blender file for this goblin, and created a tutorial on how to use it. I like this. This is cool. All right, I'm going to take a look at his My Mini Factory, his Printables, and his Thingiverse. Wow, yeah, okay, so it looks like just all of his models are freely available on Printables and Thingiverse, but if you want the pre-supported versions, that's where the My Mini Factory web store comes in, or presumably signing up on his Patreon is going to give us all of these. That's pretty cool. If that's what he's doing, and for $1 too, like that's pretty great. All right, let's just join Printed Encounter and figure out how this all goes. I am going to send you $5 Australian. Good sir. Dun 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 dun! Congratulations, you are now a patron of Printed Encounter. Excellent. Okay, patron drive link. Just gonna download all of them. Let's go. Okay, download's done. Let's extract the files and take a look at what we got. Okay, straight away, file organization looks promising. We've got the models separated out into different folders. If you saw my previous review, you know that when this isn't a thing, it really drives me nuts. So let's keep going. Let's try Fishman. Oh yeah, okay. So we've got the unsupported and supported files in the same directory, and he's even included the Chitubox files over here. So that's cool to see. Let's have a look at one of these guys. Import model, no errors. That's nice. Looks cool. Not the most detailed miniature, but that's all right. I mean, I'm guessing this dude is really, really small just by looking at it. We'll find out. Let's have a look at these Chitubox files. First thing I notice is he hasn't used a raft or a skate on the bottoms. He's used these like, don't know what the correct name is for them, but they are all connected it seems, and they do have a little lip, so it is effectively a skate, so that's going to be okay. Most important thing, do we have unsupported islands? I hope not. Let's have a look. So far so good, but okay, see how big this is getting, and it's only got this one support to hold on to it. It might be enough. Upper diameter 0.3, lower diameter 0.7. It's a pretty small support. Can that support hold on to all of that? Because you got to consider like this whole peel force against that one support. Will it hold on? I don't know. We'll find out. It looks like, see over here, he's capturing all the islands as soon as they appear. That's really good to see. I very much like that one there. Here, again here, see this one, he's only got that one tiny support holding on to all of this. Is that enough? Yeah, maybe. Let's slice this and take a closer look at it with UV tools. File, open, Fishman. Click on the issues button. Alrighty, sort the islands by area. Scroll down here to this one. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's on layer 337. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, you're gonna want to put a support on that. We've got another one over here, layer 438. Only a tiny one, but still it needs a support. Layer 252. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's two of them. Look, there's one there. And there's one there. You grab those two, but not these two. It's got another one there. Okay, so the pre-supported files need work. Like, you definitely want to validate all your supported files with UV tools. Find all the unsupported islands, come back into Chitubox and add supports to those islands. If you don't understand why this is important, I have a video on my channel all about the most critical, fundamental aspects of pre-supporting miniatures for 3D printing, and by far and away, probably the number one most important thing you got to do is support every island. So do check that video out. As it stands, I'm going to do the same thing I did with my last Patreon review. I'm just going to print all the files as is, as they've been provided. We'll see how they go. And I might even, you know what, I might even be able to fit them all on one build plate. I'll try. Let's have a quick look here as well. This model is hollow, and he does have a big drain hole in the bottom, so that's nice to see. Oh, that's cool. So you can like submit ideas for monsters and it gets voted on by the patrons, and then he may sculpt it and turn it into a mini that everyone can print. That's really cool. It's an animated render. I haven't seen that before. That's cool. It's just a GIF, not a GIF, but a GIF. And yeah, I like that. Very crafty. And that's made me realize that the other ones don't have renders included. So that would be something extra that Printed Encounter could do just to make file organization that, you know, extra 1% better. But already just having things put into their own folders is a really good start. Another thing you could do, of course, is sort them into subdirectories based on pre-supported files and unsupported files. But as they are like this is totally fine. All right, cool. I'm going to slice this, send it to the printer, and then we'll run through it and see how much those unsupported islands affect the results. And we'll see as well if, as a result of those unsupported islands, there's any little chunks of cured resin lurking in wait in the depths of my resin vat. Because, you know, that is the risk. That's the thing that ultimately I want to see resolved in pre-supported files. Like if you're selling pre-supported files, make sure they're as good as you can possibly make them, because there are going to be people who just grab those files, dump them in their slicer, don't know the potential pitfalls, and run the risk of potentially, damaging their machines. So pre-supported files are super important. So let's see how you've done, Printed Encounter. Always the wrong way around. Every time. So roughly 3 hours later, all the models are printed. I gave them a wash and cure and went in with a hobby knife to get rid of those tiny, hard to reach supports. I'm happy to say that they all printed. There are no major failures that I could see. The supports were very easy to remove, but I did accidentally break off one of the kobold's arms, and that's my bad. The only failure I could spot, and it was a minor one at that, was on the Deathcap Hydra right here. And that is due to it not being supported well enough. But overall, the result isn't too bad given the amount of unsupported islands in the files. I'm also relieved to say that I couldn't feel any lumps of cured resin left behind in the vat while running a plastic scraper across the FVP. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the outcome here. The main thing I'd like to see improved here is supports added to all those islands. Other than that, the use of skates would be nice to see, as well as the inclusion of renders with the files. But honestly, it's difficult to be critical of Printed Encounter here when for all of his models the cost is only $1, and that's only if you want them pre-supported because otherwise they're completely free. He's got the My Mini Factory integration, posable models with supplemental video tutorials, a Discord server, and so if you like the sculpts, I think it's a no-brainer. Go sign up to Printed Encounter, and if you can, be sure to flick him a couple of extra bucks at the checkout for all the value he's bringing to our little hobby. Just be sure to double check that the prints haven't left any cured resin behind in your vat. Alright, well that'll do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this Patreon review. There'll be plenty more to come. And if you'd like to help me out, please do consider picking up some of my terrain STLs over on my Colts 3D store. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.